Hey, Lavonte, congratulations. I know how much it meant for you to be out there, and it seemed like it meant a lot for the fans watching you too to see you out there. Just what did it mean for you to be back there, recovering from this injury and out there with your team?
It means a lot. It was hard, going through that, just going out there. Like I'm used to, being out there with my guys and not being able to play football for 3 weeks is real tough. You see guys out there having fun and, you're not out there with them, to have fun with them. You're not out there, to be the leader that they may need at certain moments. So it kind of hit me, but I was able to, just stick to my plan, stick to the training plan, grind it out and get my treatment to be able to get to this point. I couldn't miss first home playoff game in a long time, and I couldn't miss it. So I had done put a lot of good work in, get to this point, and all I'm gonna do is just keep trying to get better.
You've always kind of been a spark for this defense and always really kind of ignited your teammates. But
Hmm.
it seemed like a lot of those guys, took it upon themselves, like
Hmm.
Jordan Whitehead, doing that when you were
Hmm.
out.
Hmm.
And it's like they carried that over to
Hmm.
today. Could
Hmm.
you feel that? Could you feel a lot of guys kind of carrying that energy?
Yeah, of course. I talk to Jordan Whitehead all the time. I tell Jordan every time. He know what he brings to the team. He's that energy that we need. He's that fierce leader that we love. Love to see that energy that he brings is different than is like no other. And then it definitely rubs off on a lot of guys. You know what I'm saying? So, and it showed today. Those guys was out there flying around. Everybody's out there flying around, having fun, and that's the type of football we want to play throughout this run.
Greg Allman.
Hey, Levante, those first three drives, I think they had a total of 12 yards, one first down. Obviously, no points.
Hmm.
How big was it to be able to take that offense and keep it in check early so you guys could set the tone on offense?
Well, it's real big. They got a lot of they're an explosive offense. For us to be able to take away those explosive plays is real big. I feel like the coaches, had a great game plan coming into the week, and we was out there and go out there and execute. Guys did a great job today, just communicating. Besides that drive when they had the two touchdowns, so that's on our part. But other than that, I feel like we played a fairly good football game. But from here on out, it's gonna get hard, and we just got to keep getting better.
Monte, it looked pretty touch and go for you this week.
Mhm.
When was it? How late in the week was it before you really know you'd be able to play today?
You really want to know?
Yes.
I didn't get that final call to Saturday. Saturday I had did my final test, to see how I feel on it, and it went real well. Friday I got a couple reps. I was feeling pretty good, but I couldn't, really, get a real feel in practice. I had to, go out there and hit something. So I was able to get that test in Saturday, and it felt real good, and it was go from there.
Thanks, Monte.
Yep, no problem.
Scott Reynolds.
Levante, all season long, Mike Edwards, when he's out there, just a playmaker for you
Hmm.
guys. Can you speak to the game that he had
Yeah.
today, having to step in for SMB and playing some safety as well, and
Yeah.
that interception that he had?
Yeah, I mean those guys do a great job adjusting. SMV is a big part of this defense, but you got guys who can play multiple positions. We moved Torn in the inside to play to fill in for SMB, and then when Torn went inside, Mike went in the back to play safety. And everybody's got a lot of confidence in Mike. Mike is a great football player. He's a playmaker back there, and it showed again today. Um, but Mike, that's just what we expect from Mike. He's always that turnover machine that we need. When every time we need to make big play on defense or play on football, he makes it, and that just expected. Just call him playmaker Mike from here on out.
Let's talk about another playmaker, Mike. Mike Evans, you've
Yeah.
been here ever since this guy came in the league in 2014.
Hmm.
Early in his career, when Vincent Jackson was dealing with injuries,
Hmm.
Mike was the focal point of this offense.
Yeah.
He didn't have help like Rob Gronkowski and AB or even Chris Godwin early on.
Hmm.
But he's kind of back to being that guy where
Yeah.
he's the focal point and he's
Yeah.
still delivering and you can
Yeah.
count on him, right?
Yeah, for sure. Mike is a guy who puts in the work throughout the week, man. And Mike, you just love Mike just because the person he is off the field and the way he is off the field. How kind he is to people. That take you a long way. And then his success on the football field, just speaks to just how he is on the off the field. He's gonna do what he needs to do for others. And when his number's called to make plays, you can count on him. And definitely with all the injury and stuff over there on offense, Mike has to step up even more. And him and Tom got a great connection. They've been finding each other. And we just gotta a guy like Mike, can't nothing go wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy you could depend on, and a guy you could count on to make big catches. And it showed today. He played a really good game today.
Rick Stroud.
Hey, Lavonte, I know getting yourself and Shaq Barrett back especially was big. Can you take us through the interception from your perspective that Shaq made? And he looked pretty healthy on the return part of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was a fire zone coverage, a middle blitz, with me and Devin, going through the middle and bringing the safety up the middle. And, Shaq did a great job, disguising, drawing that offensive tackle and, getting in the window of the quarterback. And, Shaq, practiced that play, all the time, you know what I'm saying? So, him and JPP always say they got the best drops on the team, got the best hands on the team. And, you got to give them their props. They make the plays when the time comes, and Shaq was able to do it. And, Shaq was ready to play. JPP was ready to play. I was ready to play, man. It was fun to be out there with all those guys all together.
Yeah, it made a difference. And, they had the number one rushing offense coming in. How tired are you guys hearing about that? I mean, you've been number one in rushing defense for 3 years, but did you guys take that personally?
Yeah, of course we took it personally. I'm not sure. I think they mentioned in their media, saying if we run the ball, they'll be just fine. Not knowing that, we got a great run defense too. You know what I'm saying? So it was going to be a challenge, throughout the week. We definitely honed in on that. I think for the most part we did a pretty good job against it. We did let some plays slip out, some explosive plays slip out in the run game, but that's something that can be fixed easily. So we definitely going to get better and learn from this. But it's definitely something that we kind of honed in on, because the weeks prior, guys been gashing us a little bit, call it, to be honest. But we definitely took it amongst ourselves to be able to step out there on the field and say they're not going to do this week.
Kevin O'Donnell.
Hey, Lavonte, how nice was it with all the injuries you've had this year that you've put together like a complimentary football game today with all three facets contributing, even Scotty Miller on special teams, forcing that turnover? That was a big turning point in this game.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's great. That's what playoff football is all about. You're going to need all phases to step up and huge moment when you need them. Offense did a great job of putting that first drive together. Defense, we came out hot, and then the special teams did a great job of, open field tackling and creating takeaways. And, that's what you need, from here on out for playoff football, for us to get where we need to go. There was the standard that was set. So we definitely got to improve on it and getting better and bring it to next week.
Last question will come from Mark Canizario.
Lavonte, on the other side of the ball, with regard to Tom, what do you think it is about him when he's got so many pieces missing in terms of skill position, and he's still able to surgically do what he does? And is there ever a point where you take that for granted because he's obviously so great?
Nah, you don't take it for granted at all. We know he's a great leader, and we know he brings a lot of people on with him. We know we got a great receiver group, with all the guys out and stuff like that. Some running backs, who stepped up and made big plays today. Having a leader like him over there, all it does is get guys' confidence up even more. Defensively, obviously we appreciate it. The way they, guys step in, put together those long drives to give us our rest. But, defensively, we got to compliment those guys too. We got to get them the ball back as much as we can. And they take advantage of those opportunities. But just having a guy like Tom, man, his leadership, he just brings out, different vibe in people, you know what I'm saying? So it's really, really good to have him on the other side of football.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate taking time along.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.